Hi guys, it's Shy, and I want to, oh gosh, not burp. I wanted to talk about my book that, my writing, it's just been really hard. I came to a realization that I can't move on with this book because this is the first ever book that I started writing ever, which was a short story. I got it edited, and I realized that it was really just like when I reread it, I realized that it was a book. It wasn't really a book. It was more so a little nighttime story that you would casually tell a little 8-year-old. And it was so choppy and like just to the point and not descriptive and not creative. And I was just like, bro, I can't sell this. Like, it was a short story. It was finished, and I could have just sold it on I was gonna say Instagram, on Amazon. But I'm like, yo, this is not what I like to read. Like, I've been reading a lot. Well, I was reading a lot when I reread it, and I was like, yo, I wouldn't want to read this. So I had to restart it, and that means I had to do a whole new outline. It just seemed so hard to do. But like, I just finished chapter 1. Chapter 1! I don't know that song. I just hear it a lot because I'm in Panera a lot. I know that God gave me this book, and I need to fulfill like His word and do what He has prompted me to do. I want to talk about it. So how I came up, God gave me the book. I believe God gave me this dream that was so like wild, and some of you watching this might not be able to handle the dream, what the accusations I'm making, or I might seem to be making, or stuff that I'm hinting at, because it might be so far-fetched to you. But the dream was kind of wild, and if you guys are believers or Christians, you know that God comes to us while we're sleeping, and essentially we should wake up and pray and hear what God's trying to say to us. Anyways, this is not what this channel is. I want to tell you the dream though. So I stumble across Kim Kardashian's house. I'm in her house. She invites me in. I go in, and inside of her house, it's gray and cold, and there's just like dust and like little strings of like webs, like spider webs. But like, it's not like obvious spider webs. It just looks old and dusted, and it's dark, but it's like gray. And there's a little light in there. It's like a little light. I don't know if anyone's ever seen what's that movie with Nicole Kidman? The Others. It reminded me of The Others, that movie, like on the inside. You know how they had drapes along the mirrors and the windows? That's kind of how it was. And she just kept taking me from room to room. And I wasn't even in awe of like, oh my gosh, it was Kim Kardashian. Because at the time that I got this dream, I was in love with the Kardashians. Like, I loved how they looked, how perfect they looked, and like their makeup, the fake hair, you know, the clothes. They just looked all so put together and just perfect and gorgeous. I was just like obsessed with them, and I would like binge watch their freaking shows and rewatch like shows that have already been. Anyways, when all that happens, and I wasn't even like, oh my god, it's Kim Kardashian, you know. I was just like, bruh, this house is gray. Like, why is she giving me a tour of this gray house? And it was this weird thing in the dream where I was trying to get out. I was trying to leave, and I couldn't leave, and it was like this thing hindering me from even asking her to leave. Maybe I asked her like one time. She's kept putting it off and say, oh yeah, I just want to do this with you, and I just want to do that with you, you know, is what was going on. But somehow it turned into Rihanna's house. Like, Kim Kardashian disappeared, it turned into Rihanna's house, and Rihanna was like taking photos, and like I was supposed to watch her take photos, and all the while like being trapped. Like, the doors were locked, I couldn't get out. And finally at the end of the dream, you know, I go out, I actually see what I think is outside, but it's not. It's actually just this big, huge, like, remember on Bird Box at the end? It's the best way I can describe it. And it was like this greenhouse thing. They were outside, but they weren't. There was still glass above them. That's how it was there. And then it was all these people. It was like a party, and I could not get to Rihanna. She was like smiling at me, knowing that I was trying to get out, but she wasn't gonna let me out. and it was just crazy, and it was all these celebrities around, and it was just so weird. You guys remember the scene of Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief? They were at some casino, and that song, give me one, then we can get on my poker face. People kept giving them shots and stuff, and they ended up staying at that place for like 3 weeks or 3 months or something like that, and they didn't even realize it. That's how it was inside of my dream. Like, I wasn't taking anything, but like it felt like a lifetime trying to get to Rihanna to like, yo, get me out of here, like get me home, you know. It's weird. It was really weird. But so that's where I'm at, and I know I just said some crazy stuff. Technically what happens in this book is actually almost nothing. Like it kind of is, but it's not. I'm changing it up a bit. This book is good. I think God wants me to get it out, and it's not only going to be this book. This book is going to go into other books, like a sequel, maybe a trilogy, like 2 trilogies, but the trilogies intertwine with each other, and characters from this book is going to be involved with characters from another book, and then at the end it's going to be like this big whole like Avengers type thing. Anyways, I'm rambling. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you guys want me to talk more about my actual book that I'm writing, like specifically about the book I'm writing, then let me know. If not, I'm probably gonna do it anyway. So see you later. Bye.